And good afternoon, everyone. A very pleasant welcome here for a Brevard College lacrosse matchup against the Piedmont University Lions out of Demorest, Georgia. The Lions sitting at 9-7 overall, 7-1 in the USA South Conference. The NATOs on the adverse of that, 2-11 overall, 1-7 in the USA South. Here on Senior Day, a few seniors going to be honored for the Tornadoes, and the NATOs going to look and try and finish out the season strong with win number 3 and conference victory number 2 on the season. Once again, Piedmont, a lot greater results this season, but the NATOs still going to fight here and try and get this win on Senior Day. A very meaningful game for those playing their last college lacrosse and possibly last ever lacrosse game here on Ives Lamel Family Field. Be back in just a moment, look at the lineups and a little more talk about the matchup here between the Tornadoes and the Lions, as the Lions still out warming up. NATOs have since gone into the locker room. NATOs and Lions coming up here in just a few. We'll be right back here from Ives Lamel Family Field. Back here at Ives Lamel Family Field, matchup coming up here in just a few minutes between the Tornadoes and the Lions. Once again, Brevard 2-11 on the season, 1-7 in the USA South. Piedmont 9-7 overall, but 7-1 in the USA South. Been very strong in conference play. The NATOs are led by head coach J.D. LeMay in year one for the Tornadoes, a year one in which he has seen a couple of big victories. The big win over Warren Wilson in the Battle of the Blue Ridge, and then, of course, the win over Avery just a couple of weeks ago for the Tornadoes, gathering their second victory. And the Lions, led by head coach Tim Dutton in year 7. He's assisted by Ryan McKay and Ben Menard in their 5th and 2nd seasons, respectfully. And we've got the starters for both teams. We'll go ahead and start with the Lions. Number 1, Avery Jenks, a senior, 5'10", 150 out of Peachtree City, Georgia, an attacker. Number 5, Andrew Pagano, a freshman defender, 6'2", out of West Palm Beach, Florida. Number 8, Macklin Flanagan, a sophomore defender, 6'2", 170 out of Middleburg, Florida. Number 14, Cam McDonald, a junior defender, 6', 165 out of Decula, Georgia. Number 24, Chris Panabacker, a junior mid, 6', 165 out of Mooresville, North Carolina, not too far from here, Lake Norman High School. Number 26, Eric Fuel, a freshman defender, 6 foot out of Peachtree City, Georgia, Stars Mills High School. Number 27, Michael Anderson, a junior mid, 6'2", 205 out of Grayson, Georgia. Number 31, Johnny Matrona, the sophomore guard, 5'9", 165. And number 37, Brady McGuire, sophomore attacker, 5'10", 180 out of Westminster, Maryland. Followed up and finishing off the starting lineup with number 41, Connor Fitzgerald, sophomore mid, 5'11", 170 out of Lutherville, Timonium, Maryland. For the Tornadoes, the starters, number 3, Michael Peters, sophomore defender, 6'6", 190 out of Belmont, North Carolina. Number 7, Will Scoggins, a sophomore attacker, 5'9", 140 out of Charleston, South Carolina. Number 14, Jacob Gravely, a sophomore defender, 6', 180 out of Monroe, North Carolina. Number 15, Frankie Howard, a freshman attacker, 5'7", 145 out of Folsom, California, Jensen Beach High School. Number 18, Scott Bundy, a defender, a freshman, 5'8", 130 out of Cumberland, Rhode Island. Number 20, Evan Johnson, freshman defender, 5'11", 145 out of Sanford, Florida. Number 21, leading goal scorer on the campaign for the Tornadoes here in the final game. As we head into the final game of the season, number 21, Andrew McDonald, sophomore attacker, 6'1", 200 out of Vienna, Virginia. Number 23, one of the seniors being honored here today, dual sport athlete, also a member of the Brevard football team, a senior attacker, 5'10", 175 out of Charlotte, North Carolina, Evan Francois. And in front of the net, the goalie, number 24, Devin McCarriger, a senior, 6'2", 180 out of Sharpsburg, Georgia, East Coweta High School. And number 27, Nate Ellen, a senior mid, 6'1", 190 out of Wilmington, North Carolina. Coming up here in just a few minutes, we will have Senior Day festivities. We will have starting lineups. We will have the national anthem sang, and we will be ready for action here between the Lions and the Tornadoes here at Ives Lamel Family Field. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back.
Go ahead. And a very pleasant good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Eyes Lamel Family Field for today's men's lacrosse matchup. Before today's game, please turn your attention to the playing surface for a special ceremony. We'll be honoring the Brevard College men's lacrosse senior class of 2022. First, a senior goalkeeper from Sharpsburg, Georgia, number 24, Devin McCarriger. Devin's being escorted by his father, Patrick. He'll graduate from BC this spring with a bachelor's in criminal justice. Following graduation, he plans to train to win the IBJJF. On the field, 20 appearances, 16 starts in goal, 968 minutes, 210 career saves, a two-time USA South Conference Defensive Player of the Week selection in both his freshman and senior seasons. Favorite memory is meeting all of his BC friends. Fans, a big round of applause for number 24, senior Devin McCarriger. Next up, a senior midfielder from Wilmington, North Carolina, number 27, Nate Ellen. Nate is being escorted by his parents, Scott and Penny. Nate will graduate from BC this spring with a bachelor's in business and organizational leadership and a minor in history. Following graduation, he plans to continue to operate a boat lift in Bradley Creek while pursuing other opportunities. On the field, Nate has made 31 appearances, 14 starts, 11 goals scored, 3 assists, 63 ground balls, and has won 104 faceoffs. Off the field, a USA South Academic All-Conference selection. His favorite memories at BC: whitewater canoeing class, his experience in all the Pisgah National Forest has to offer, and cooking Easter lunch for his team last season. Fans, how about a big round of applause for number 27, Nate Ellen. Next up, number 23, a senior attacker from Charlotte, North Carolina, Evan Francois. Evan is being escorted by his parents, Fritz and Shelley, and his brother, Andre. Evan will graduate from BC in the spring with a bachelor's in criminal justice and a minor in art. Following graduation, Evan plans to pursue a career with the Department of Homeland Security. A dual sport athlete at BC who also played football, Evan totaled 14 goals and 10 assists for the lacrosse team for 24 points, 38 career appearances, 12 starts, 75 ground balls, and 18 caused turnovers. Favorite BC memory: able to practice and play games with his teammates, both on the football and men's lacrosse teams. Fans, one more round of applause for number 23, senior Evan Francois. And now, ladies and gentlemen, how about one more big round of applause for the 2022 BC men's lacrosse seniors? Devin McCarriger, Nate Ellen, and Evan Francois. All right, ladies and gentlemen, time for today's men's lacrosse matchup between the Piedmont University Lions and your Brevard College Tornadoes. Let's meet the starting lineups. First for the visitors from Piedmont. Number 1, Avery Jenks. Number 5, Andrew Pagano. Number 8, Macklin Flanagan. Number 14, Cam McDonald. Number 24, Chris Pannenbacker. Number 26, Eric Fuel. Number 27, Michael Anderson. Number 31, Johnny Matrona. Number 37, Brady McGuire. Number 41, Connor Fitzgerald. Head coach of the Lions is Tim Dunton, assisted by Ryan McKay and Ben Menard. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the starting lineup for your Brevard College Tornadoes. Number 3, Michael Peters. Number 7, Will Scoggins. Number 14, Jacob Gravely. Number 15, Frankie Howard. Number 18, Scott Bundy. Number 20, Evan Johnson. Number 21, Andrew McDonald. Number 23, the senior Evan Francois. Number 24, senior Devin McCarriger. And number 27, senior Nate Ellen. Head coach of the Tornadoes is J.D. LeMay. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please rise and remove your caps for the singing of the national anthem by women's lacrosse student athlete Grace Vaught.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Grace Vaught. Tornadoes and Lions coming up next.
And hello everyone, once again a very pleasant good afternoon and welcome here. Islamel Family Field. We have a college lacrosse matchup between the Tornadoes and the Piedmont University Lions. Out of Demorest, Georgia, it's 9-7 for the Lions, 7-1 in the conference. Tornadoes 2-11 overall, 1-7 in the conference, looking to finish off the season with conference victory number 2, overall victory number 3 here on Senior Day. Had 3 seniors just honored: Evan Francois, Devin McCarriger, and Nate Ellen. Francois, dual sport athlete as well, his second Senior Day of the season. Obviously also a member of the football team as he runs out to midfield as the starters are out there. Michael Peters coming off. And they're lined up across from each other. Waiting on Peters as he comes back on, maybe with a new piece of equipment. And now McCarriger and Johnny Matrona head to the nets. Everybody else taking their positions. And it'll be Nate Ellen going against Chris Panabacker for the first face-off here. And the faceoff is going to be taken by Piedmont. The ground ball scooped up there by Macklin Flanagan. Flanagan now passes over to Anderson. Anderson, far side, goes over to Jenks. Jenks picked up by Gravely. Now goes back over to Anderson. Over to Waters. Waters whips this one over to Marini. Marini getting by Davenport, getting around, and now passing this one over to Jenks. Jenks passes this one now up top, back again to Waters. Waters trying to go inside and get an angle, now passes over to the right side. McGuire. McGuire making his move, trying to get around, passes inside, losing the ball, and it is scooped up by McCarriger. That was Jenks who couldn't handle it. And now McCarriger passes this one over to Peters. Peters getting checked immediately, now trying to get down the sideline. Fits one in to McDonald. No, he doesn't. It'll go out of his stick, and it'll be heading back the other way. Marini brings this one in to Ellerby. Ellerby working the right side now. Goes over to McGuire. McGuire over to Jenks. Jenks with Gravely playing loose defense off of him. And now this one goes up top to Waters. Over to Rogers, now back to Waters. Waters trying to make a move on Taylor Andels. Goes inside, the shot is blocked. McCarriger, this one's on the ground being fought for. It will be taken away. No, it'll roll back over on the ground. This one will go over to Rogers. Rogers looking around, and he will pass over to Waters. Waters trying to make another move on Taylor, gets another crease, going over, passing it now to Jenks. Jenks looking for an open man, going around the corner, getting checked by Gravely, passing it back out, now going inside and firing, and that one is offline. Shot attempted there by Jaden Marini. And McCarriger with some activity early here. Piedmont with the ball, going inside the pass. Oh, what a shot. Avery Jenks with a fancy behind the back shot. Lured McCarriger out of the net, and that was all it took to give Piedmont a 1-0 lead here. Nice shot there by Avery Jenks, senior attacker out of Peachtree City, Georgia, Stars Mill High School. And just about 2.5 minutes in, he puts the Lions up 1-0. Ellen and Panabacker ready for another face-off here. And this one will be taken by Panabacker. Ellen trying to check, now Panabacker getting by. Right side, going over. Gets this one to McGuire. McGuire has it stolen. Evan Johnson. Johnson passed too far for Gravely. This one's going to go out of play, and it'll be going Piedmont's way. The NATOs still not able to get into their offensive sets here so far. As Jared Perez coming on, as well as Will Scoggins. This one's brought in. It's Fraley. Fraley working on Perez, getting inside, getting an angle, passing, scoring. Shooting, not passing, and he gets another one in there. And that makes it 2-0 Lions. McCarriger, after a strong start, has led up 2 goals in the last 30 seconds or so, and the Lions at the 2 spot early. So another face-off coming here for Ellen, 0 for 2 so far in face-off opportunities. And he will make it 0 for 3 as Panabacker able to take control of that one. And now on the left side, he passes this one over to Anderson. Anderson over to Jenks. Jenks behind the goal, taking his time. About 3 minutes into this one, 2-0 Piedmont lead. Brevard has really not had anything on the offensive end so far. Hasn't not even really gotten a possession past midfield to this point, as Chase Goff has it now, going inside, passing over. Now the shot is in. Another goal for the Lions, and McCarriger just letting a lot up right now. That one is Billy French, I believe. Number 10, it is. French, a senior out of Cumberland, Virginia, and a few seniors on Piedmont now trying to ruin the senior day of Brevard College. Chase Goff with the assist there. And a few minutes in, it's 3-0 Lions early. NATO's got to get something going on the offensive end as face-off coming here, and it is won once again by Piedmont. Going over to the right side, McGuire to Jenks. Jenks going inside, trying to work on Gravely. Passes this one, and it's stolen. Michael Peters with a steal. Peters getting dragged around, losing the ball. It's on the ground, fighting for it now, trying to scoop it up. Peters chasing after it, still knocking it around on the ground, and this one will be retained by Piedmont. That is number 41, Connor Fitzgerald, fighting for that one. And now Jaden Marini with the ball on the left side as Fitzgerald clears out, and he will head off in favor of Waters. Now Marini with the ball, passes this one over to Rogers. Rogers now running inside. Too much speed for the NATOs right now, but he cuts this one back. Now making another move, passes behind the goal to Jenks. Jenks tries a little stutter step going around the corner, passing this one, and no, it's a fake pass. Still has it going inside. Looking around, now firing, and that one's blocked. Shot was attempted there by Michael Anderson. He goes out of play, and it'll stay with the Lions. About 4.5 into this one, 3-0 Lions. Anderson with the ball, working on Peters, tries to make a move, going inside, cutting back, looking around, doesn't want to take the shot, but Brady McGuire does, and he will put it in. 4-0 Lions. And a 4-0 lead for the Lions early on here, not even 5 minutes in. NATO's digging themselves in an early hole as another face-off taken here by Piedmont. Coleman chasing, and this one goes over to McGuire. McGuire looking around, now going inside and passing this one over to Jenks. Jenks been doing a lot of good work behind the net so far, as he comes around the corner and passes this one over to French. French already with a goal. Now he goes over to Goff. Goff going inside. He's got an assist. Goff right. A flag flies up in the air. Zach Taylor on the defense. This one goes over to Jenks. Jenks coming around, going inside, trying to turn the corner. This one's blocked by McCarriger, but recovered immediately by French. French passes this one back out to McGuire. McGuire trying to make moves. Good defense there by the Tornadoes, but now going inside is Fraley. Fraley trying to get a shot off. He does, and he scores. Fraley with his second. And it'll be a holding call against Zach Taylor. Taylor a little bit frustrated, shaking his head at that one. The goal is good, and the holding call is waved off. And now, 5.5 minutes in, it is 5-0 Piedmont. Face-off opportunity coming here now for Brandon Coleman. And the whistle blows, and it'll be going Piedmont's way. We've only seen action on one side of the field so far, as Connor Rogers gets this one on the left side. Passes this one over to Marini. And nice hit there. Brandon Coleman with a hit on Phillip Waters, sending him down to the turf as this one goes over to Marini, who is going inside. Makes a nice move on Perez. Gets a crease, goes inside, fires a shot, but just off left. This one will stay with Piedmont, as Rogers was in the area. Or Jenks, rather. Now Jenks has it. Jenks tiptoeing, going inside, trying to make a move, turning around, firing, just missing wide left. And it'll stay with Piedmont once again with Michael Anderson in the vicinity. And Anderson now going inside, trying to get a cut, passing this one over to Jenks. He can't handle it. He had an open shot but couldn't handle the pass. Gravely now over to Coleman. Can we get it past midfield? Coleman loses the ball. And it'll stay with Piedmont. About halfway through the first. And the NATO's in a 5-0 hole here early as Rogers gets this one going inside now, weaving, getting space, firing, and scoring. Connor Rogers with a goal, and a timeout coming here for the NATO's as they fall behind 6-0, 7 minutes into the ball game here. NATO's trailing. We'll be right back here from Ives Lamel Family Field. Face-off opportunity coming here out of the timeout for Nate Ellen, going up against Panabacker once again. NATO's yet to win a face-off, trying to get their first here and maybe get some momentum going on the offensive end as Frankie Howard sprinting out onto the field. This one is taken by Piedmont once again. Nice play there by Panabacker. Panabacker now right side. Going around to McGuire. And McGuire now far side, fighting physical with Evan Johnson. And Johnson not backing down. McGuire taking his time. Going around the goal now cutting back. Still hasn't passed it, now picks up on Michael Peters. Now he passes this one over to Anderson. And now Billy French. Up top, Chase Goff gets it, and he rips it right back over to French, who has a goal on his ledger so far. And now he goes inside, maybe hunting another. No, he passes this one back out to Goff. And now the shot is in the net. Another goal for Piedmont. Josh Fraley with another one. And it is 7-0 Piedmont here halfway through the first as Davenport and Taylor, as well as Scott Bundy, heading off. 13 shots already for the Lions. Hat trick for Josh Fraley, the junior mid, 6'2", out of Marietta, Georgia, Walton High School. As this one passes over to Stallings. Stallings gets hit, loses his stick. This one's up in the air. Francois going for it. Francois has it. Francois hit hard and knocked to the ground. This one going out of play. It'll go towards Piedmont's direction, and Francois got stuck there. Surrounded by 3 Piedmont defenders, had nowhere to go as this one goes over to Cam McDonald. And this one now knocked out, and chasing it is Howard. Howard knocked to the ground. This one's going to be still on the ground. Fighting for it is McDonald, and it'll be going Piedmont's way. And some displeasure being voiced here from the NATO faithful with the physicality and lack of officiating in their eyes. As this one going down the field, Rogers going over to Marini. And now passing this one over. It's deflected, but picked back up by McGuire. McGuire near side goes over to Jenks. And now going around, firing, not able to hit, is Jenks. It'll stay with the Lions, however. And now passing it over and not able to handle it. Was aiming for Michael Anderson. Now another one chipped in there. That is Avery Jenks, the senior attacker out of Peachtree City, Georgia. And it's an 8-0 Lions lead here with 6 minutes to go in the first. Another face-off coming here, and another face-off. No, taken away by Ellen, but it's knocked out of his stick. Going for it now is Scoggins. He can't handle it. Francois now has it off the ground, and the NATOs are going on offense. Francois picked up from behind. Now he passes this one over to McDonald, and the NATOs going to try and run their set here. Tristan Wallace with the ball up top. Now over to Hicks. Hicks looking around, or Stone rather. And now Francois going over to McDonald. McDonald trying to make moves, firing, and that one saved. Saved by Matrona. But the NATOs do get a shot on goal, and now pass goes over to Ellerby. Ellerby over to French. French left side goes up top. Chase Goff. And now this pass is going to go over to Fraley. Fraley going inside, trying to make his move, goes over to Jenks. Jenks thinking about turning the corner, now slows it down with McCarriger coming around, trying to set something up back door, it looks like, as McCarriger paying attention to Jenks. And now Jenks still stalling around, now going over. That pass is going to fall out of the stick of Fraley. And now coming up the field is Evan Johnson. Johnson with some space, nobody near him. Johnson right side, still hasn't been picked up. Passes over to McDonald. McDonald going inside. He fires and can't hit. And this one will be going the other way. McDonald's gotten a couple shots off in the last couple of minutes. Maybe some offensive momentum building for the NATOs are getting going. A lot of traffic. Piedmont with the ball near the goal, and it's picked up by Anderson. Anderson trying to go inside, and he'll flip this one over to Jenks. Jenks now over to Marini. And now Goff back to Marini. Under 3.5 to go in the first. NATO's in an 8-0 hole here early and falling to the ground, losing the ball, and it is picked up by Scott Bundy. Bundy going over to Coleman, and Coleman can't get it. A flag flies up in the air. Coleman tries to scoop it up and can't. Ball still on the ground. Coleman getting harassed. Coleman getting pushed off of the ball. This one knocked out of bounds, and we'll see what the flag or penalty is. I'm not sure still what that call was. Shot clock is reset back to 80. And looks like it'll be NATO ball. Coleman having a tough time handling some of these. So Marini will get a 1-minute penalty. It's a man-up situation for the Tornadoes. Slashing was the call against him, and Frankie Howard now gets the ball and goes over behind the goal to Bryce Peterson. Peterson goes over to McDonald. McDonald can't handle it, but Ellen Johnny on the spot to get it there. Near side, right at around the 35. He goes over to Wallace. Now Francois. Francois pressured immediately. He goes inside Howard. Howard trying to make moves. Now goes back over to Francois. Howard once again. Howard going inside, passing over Peterson. Peterson, McDonald with an open shot. No, he passes it up and goes over to Ellen. Ellen over to Wallace. A close pass there. Wallace trying to get space, being checked, looking around. Now he goes back up top to McDonald. McDonald, leading goal scorer for the NATOs, defers over to Francois. Francois going inside. Pass Howard. Howard tries to shoot, can't get it off, and it'll be the goalkeeper, Matrona, grabbing that ball. And now coming up the field and passing over to Macklin Flanagan. Flanagan goes over left side. The pass inside McGuire. Now Jenks. Under 2 minutes to go here in the first. And now over to Connor Rogers. McGuire once more has it. He goes over to Jenks behind the goal. Jenks passes over to Parr, and now Waters. Waters going inside, passing behind the goal. Jenks. Jenks with an open man, firing. The shot is blocked and picked up by the NATOs, given to McCarriger. That was Marini, who wasn't able to get that one, and this pass is going to sail, but it'll be saved by McDonald. McDonald in a one-on-one, passes over to the right side. Howard. Howard can't handle the pass, scoops it back up, goes back over to McDonald, and now he resets with 1:05 to go in the first. McDonald, slight pressure being applied here, not worried about it, and he retreats. Now we'll go over to Ellen. Ellen not able to grab it. Scoggins chasing after it, will be unsuccessful, and it'll go the other way with under a minute to go. Coming up the field now, streaking, is Marini. He's got about 44 seconds to work with, going over to Goff. Behind the goal, Jenks receives it. Passes over to Parr. Parr to Goff. Goff now over to Fraley. Fraley with 3 goals already. Passes this one over to Jenks. Jenks, far side, trying to go around the corner, losing the ball. This one goes up to Parr. It's on the ground, fighting for it now. McGuire going for it. A push coming there by the Tornadoes. Jacob Hernandez with the push there, and the shot on goal is in there for Brady McGuire, making it a 9-0 game with 10 seconds remaining in the first. 9-0 Piedmont here with 10.1 remaining in the opening period here on Senior Day. 2 goals for McGuire to complement the 3 by Fraley. Parr with the assist, number 44, out of St. John's, Florida. Another face-off coming here, and a stick being examined of Panabacker. Maybe something wrong with it. And a flag flying up in the air. It looks like they might have found something wrong with the stick. And it looks like an illegal stick call. A 3-minute penalty coming against Panabacker. And maybe NATOs with will have more advantageous face-offs here now that that's been outed.
Where's the ball? Oh, I see it. Number 27. Wait, maybe number 11.
And it'll be NATO possession. Clock runs. Looks like they'll just let the quarter run out. They'll do exactly that, and we will as well. At the end of 1, NATO's trailing at 9-0 here on Senior Day. Going to try and get a little bit going here in the second. We'll be right back from Ives Lamel Family Field. Don't go anywhere. Back here for the second at Ives Lamel. Francois starting things off. Goes over to Howard, and now Bryce Peterson behind the goal in the spot Nate Ellen usually holds, but Finnegan McCormick out. A little bit of readjusting as Ellen receives a pass. Now McDonald fires a laser, and a nice save there by Matrona. McDonald's gotten close on a few of these as Matrona floats a pass, and what a snag there by Macklin Flanagan to get the offense going there. McCarriger with a save, and now McDonald on a hop picks this one up. McDonald down the field. Howard scores! Frankie Howard knocks one in, and the NATOs have got their first of the afternoon. Howard makes it a 9-1 ball game with a strike. Perfectly placed assist there from Andrew McDonald. And now all of a sudden, NATOs get one back. Frankie Howard, the freshman 5'7", 145 out of Folsom, California, gets the NATOs on the board this afternoon. Face off here, taken by Piedmont. Pass over to the left side to Parr. Parr trying to make his move. Now he circles back. Jenks with the ball. Now over to Parr once again. Jenks gets it back. Now back to Parr. Playing a little bit of a game of catch. Parr was looking for Jenks again. Couldn't get him, and now being doubled a little bit behind the goal. Trying to circle back. Double coming. Coleman and Francois right there. Parr getting hounded, and he loses the ball. Evan Francois. Parr's not going to catch him. Francois to the middle of the field, and he's moving. That's football speed right there, folks. Francois passes this one over to McDonald. Flag flying up in the air. NATO's a little more energy here to start the second. McDonald goes over to Ellen. Now Stone to Howard. Peterson. McDonald. Ellen fires up and misses Howard with, I believe, maybe a pass, and looks like a call will go against Piedmont. It looks like it might be against Goff. No, it's against Connor Fitzgerald. It's an offsides call. It's a 30-second penalty. NATO's going to try and take advantage. About 2.5 minutes here into the second. Frankie Howard will bring this one up once play is resumed. And Howard does pass this one over to Peterson. Now Wallace up top. McDonald swerving, passing inside. This one passed back out to Wallace, and they'll slow things down a little bit perhaps. Atticus Cooper getting it. Cooper works this one over to Wallace. Wallace trying to get space and just not enough speed right now for the Tornadoes. Cooper over, this one deflected and intercepted. Flanagan bringing it up the left side. Flanagan, nice footwork, getting trapped, getting hit by Coleman, but he's able to get a pass off over to Goff. Now McGuire over to Goff up top. Goff up top passes this one over to Kuchta. Now Parr gets it once more on the far left side, near left side rather. Going over to Kuchta. Up top, he's got it. Now goes in and makes a move on Zach Taylor. Beating Taylor to the edge, getting inside. Kuchta spikes a shot. This one's going to go out of play, but will stay with Piedmont as McGuire was right there in the area. Nice check there. Flag goes up in the air, though. The referee did not agree. This one deflected up in the air, chasing after it is Gravely. He won't get to it, though. Jenks will recover it. We'll go back up to Goff. Goff over to Rogers. Rogers going inside, firing and scoring. So Rogers gets the Frankie Howard goal back, and it is 10-1 Lions here with 11:12 remaining in the first half. Lions, the first ones to crack double figures here. And Rogers on that one, extending the lead to 9 for Piedmont. Face-off coming here. Penalty, a cross-check penalty against Jared Davenport will sit him out for 1 minute. As Piedmont getting it back on the offensive end, winning the face-off. This one goes over to McGuire. Now up top, Jenks has it, not in his normal spot behind the goal. He goes over. No, he decides not to go over to Rogers, and instead will defer over to Waters. Waters over behind the net, passing over Parr. Parr misses the pass, but then recovering and scoring is Brady McGuire, catching the pass that went awry and firing it into the goal. And it is 11-1 Piedmont here with 10:43 remaining in half number 1. Piedmont giving it to the NATOs right now. NATOs have come out a little bit better energy and slightly better execution here in the second, looking to build off of that. Obviously not what you want with the goal given up just there a second ago, but making strides here so far in the second, as the face-off will be won by Piedmont once again. Now getting in the clear is Parr. Parr going over right side, passes this one to McGuire. McGuire loses it momentarily and gets it right back, guarded by Evan Johnson. He goes over to Jenks. Francois coming off, Zach Taylor coming on. Jenks now looking, and he'll go over to Parr. Parr to Brock. Now French. Back to Brock. Brock middle of the field, working on Taylor, trying to get the edge. Now passes this one over to Jenks. Jenks passing, shooting, scoring is French, and another goal for Billy French, the senior out of Cumberland, Virginia. And that makes it 12-1 Lions here at Ives Lamel Family Field. Here on Senior Day, Piedmont pouring it on right now. 10:03 remaining here in the first half. Another face-off coming here. Bundy will get this one. NATOs with a face-off victory. Bundy passes this one over to Perez. Perez to Francois. Francois passing over to Ellen. Ellen retreating back. Now he passes over to Scoggins. Now Wallace. Wallace trying to streak inside, looking, losing his balance, getting checked, firing. The shot is blocked. And now Wallace coming up, trying to get one last push there at the end. A flag flying up in the air. And as we've seen before, frustration kicking in for number 11. Looks like a 1-minute penalty coming here against Austin Vaughn, the freshman out of Ackworth, Georgia, for Piedmont. And NATO possession still as Francois gets the pass from Wallace. Slashing was the call against Vaughn. And now Scoggins passes this one over to Peterson. Peterson to McDonald, now goes up top to Ellen. Ellen on the left side goes over to Tristan Wallace. Wallace surveying, he goes over to the right side to Francois. Francois going in, tries to pass to Wallace, it's deflected, but does end up in the stick of Wallace as he comes back inside with 9:02 remaining in the half. McDonald passing over to Francois, now behind the net, Scoggins. Scoggins running, trying to turn the corner, now going over to Ellen. Ellen fires, and he can't hit. Ball's on the ground. Ball is still on the ground. Francois chasing after it. He's going to get to it. Francois scooping it up. And no, it'll be going Piedmont's way. And now left side coming up the field is Pagano. Pagano migrating over towards the far side. He goes over to McGuire. McGuire. Over to Waters. Now Kuchta. Kuchta going inside. Picked up by Coleman. He retreats. And now the pass almost taken away by Davenport, but it's saved by Waters. Waters going inside. Passes behind the goal. Jenks. Jenks looking for an open opportunity here. Scanning. Still not finding anything. Now passes this one to the streaking Kuchta, who loses the ball. And it is recovered by Jenks there. Jenks stutter steps now, circles back and goes over to Marini over to Kuchta. Kuchta working on Coleman, a speed mismatch there, and the shot is far left. Goes out of play, but will stay with Piedmont with 7:33 to go in the first half. 12-1 Lion lead here at Ives Lamel. And now Jenks coming up the field, losing the ball. This one's on the ground. A whistle is blown, and it'll be going NATO's way. Zach Taylor picks it up, and Taylor passes over to Coleman. Coleman, bad pass over to Wallace. Wallace trying to chase after it and scoop it up. He gets tripped up, and it's going to stay with Piedmont. Wallace is going to come off, and now this one picked up, shot, and rejected by Devin McCarriger. They tried it. That was Prevy. And now Evan Johnson with the ball on the left side, and he passes this one. Nice grab, one-handed with the stick by Andrew McDonald. McDonald left side streaking inside, being shadowed. Now passes this one over to Scoggins. It's out of his reach, and it'll be going the other way. Scoggins couldn't handle the pass. New goalkeeper, by the way, is Guido Suchia. And he's the one that passes it up, and now pass going over to Parr on the left side. Parr over to Jenks, near side. Now back to Parr. Parr up top to Fraley. Fraley, 3 goals already on the afternoon. 6:08 and counting to go in the half. And now with the ball is Brock. Brock going inside, passes to Jenks. Jenks whipping this one. It's taken in. No. Bundy couldn't get it. It's still on the ground now. It's picked up by Josh Fraley once again. NATO's missed an opportunity there. As Brock gets this one. Cooper defending. Brock passes over to Jenks. Jenks looking around. Now going over to Fraley, and on the ground, Bundy knocking him down. A flag flies up. Jenks with it. Jenks looking for somebody. Goes over. It's out of the reach of Parr. This one rolling, and it will be taken by Ellen. A whistle blows. It'll be waved off and going still Piedmont's way. Flag coming in. We'll see what it is. It looks like it's against Bundy. A tripping call against Scott Bundy. And 5:24 remaining in the first half. NATO's in a 12-1 deficit. Piedmont's already put up 24 shots on goal. As bringing it up is Michael Anderson. He goes over to Rogers. And now Jenks has it behind the goal. He whips this one back over to McGuire. Power play here for 1 minute. And now getting the ball is McGuire. He passes over to Jenks. McGuire trying to get a corner. Fires and scores. Brady McGuire, I believe, with his third on the afternoon. Makes it a 13-1 Lions lead here on Senior Day with less than 5 minutes to go in the first half. The assist coming from Avery Jenks. 4 goals, rather, from McGuire. Already had the hat trick. Now he's got 4. 2 goals and 2 assists for Jenks as well, as Piedmont retains possession once again. Nice pass over to McGuire. McGuire going inside. Can't get the shot off. It goes out of play, but it'll stay with the Lions. McGuire bringing it up. Now over to Jenks, now over to Anderson. To Brock. And now Kuchta. Kuchta going inside, checked by Perez. Doesn't lose the ball, gets it over to Jenks instead. And Jenks looking around. And gives this one, is taken by McCarriger, who passes to Hernandez. Hernandez cutting back, circling around. Now looking for somebody, and he gets it over to Zach Taylor. Taylor in the middle of the field, a space to run. He passes over to McDonald in traffic. McDonald loses it, scoops it back up, and now he's back in the middle of the field. McDonald sliding, losing the ball, picking it back up, getting to his feet. And he passes over. What a catch there. Ellen shoots and can't get it in. Ball still up in the air, but now taken by Suchia, rather. Guido Suchia, junior goalie, 6'1", 160 out of Rossmore, California. Los Alamitos High School. As a scrum down near the goal. Piedmont Jenks' pass is faked as he keeps the ball. And Cooper guarding him now with 3:30 and counting to go in the first half. Jenks getting past Cooper, passing over. A flag flies up in the air. The shot is going to be off and out of play. It looks like this one might be against Cooper, maybe a slashing call. It will be against Cooper. Make sure on what the call is here. It is a slash, and it's a 1-minute penalty with 3:09 to go in the half. And now Jenks has it and goes over to Goff, and now on the right side, Waters has it. He goes over to Rogers. Around the horn they go. Jenks back over to McGuire. Up top. Goff inside. Jenks fires a shot. It's deflected there. It goes out of play. Stays with Piedmont with 2:48 to go. Another save from McCarriger. Pass crossfield, McGuire. McGuire inside, knocked out of the stick. Now on the ground, fighting for it now. Going for it is Johnson. Hitting the ground is a Lion. And now Waters has it going over to Jenks. Jenks looking around. He'll pass over to Goff. Goff up top. Anderson. McGuire. Jenks fires. And that one is good. McGuire with a goal, making it 14-1 Lions with 2:19 to play in the first half. McGuire with the assist, rather. A misspeak there by yours truly. Jenks with the goal. Jenks with his third goal. He's got 2 assists to boot with that. And 2:19 to go in the half. Looks like it'll be Brevard possession. Francois with it. Francois retreating. Now he passes over to Stone. Stone trying to get an angle, cannot. 1:55 to go in the first half, 14-1. Piedmont. Stone losing the ball, circles back and grabs it. Stone passing, that one deflected and stolen by Piedmont, number 38, Zach Schramm. And we'll see the approach by Piedmont with a minute and a half to go in half number one. Flanagan with it, passes over. Jenks can't handle it. McGuire going for it. Falling over the ball is Jenks. It'll stay with Piedmont. 1:22 to go in half number one. NATO's trailing it significantly, 14-1. Flag flying up in the air. With the ball is Jaden Marini. And he goes over to Billy French. French gets it back, now goes up top to Marini. French once more. 54 seconds and counting in the first half. French makes his move, going inside, passing over to Jenks. Jenks looking around. The cutting shot there by Marini is way offline, but it'll stay with Piedmont. At least an offside's coming, I believe. Some dismay being drawn here about the penalties. See what the conclusion is here. An offsides penalty, I believe, against Perez. And 44 seconds, 44.2 remaining in the first half. 14-1 Lion lead. Still some discrepancy here. The whistle finally blows, and Goff passes this one over. More whistles blowing. And it looks like a NATO down might be Zach Taylor. NATO's dropped to a knee. Training staff out to check on the injured Tornado, and we will be back in just a moment after we make sure he's okay, with 39.4 remaining here in the half at Ives Lamel. Zach Taylor able to walk off here, being helped off by the training staff, head coach J.D. LeMay out there as well with Taylor, and Taylor working his way off. The NATO's trailing 14-1 here with 39.4 remaining in the opening half. That whistle blows, play resumes. Golf over to Parr. McGuire up top. Marini fires and he scores from up top. Marini makes it 15-1 with 31 seconds remaining in the first half. Celebration on the Piedmont sideline here. As another face-off coming here for Bundy. It rolls around and it's picked up by Parr. Parr right side. Piedmont hasn't taken their foot off the gas. McGuire going over to Parr. Parr getting hit, ball goes in the net, and another goal. That's Ian Parr, sophomore attacker out of Bartram Trail High School in St. John's, Florida, knocks another one in, and the NATOs in the final 50 seconds have allowed 2 more goals. Some porous defense. NATOs trying to rebound here in the second half here on senior day. More energy here in the second quarter than we saw in the first. NATOs have made an improvement in that department. And that one is up in the air. 8 seconds to go in the half. And a good check there by Bundy. Bundy picks it up, whips it over to Francois. 2 seconds, 1 second. Francois fires, and it'll be stopped on a hop. And fired up in the air. 16-1 Tornado deficit here at the half. 10 minutes away from second half action here. We've got a special presentation coming up here at Ives Lamel Family Field. NATOs trying to rebound here in half number 2 on senior day.
For draw controls this year, totaling 99 to break the previous single-season record of 61. Denega, a freshman from Buford, Georgia, ranked top 25 in draw controls this season in all of NCAA Division III, and also scored a team-high 44 goals with 10 assists for 54 points, grabbed 34 ground balls, and caused a team-high 13 turnovers. Single-season school record holder for draw controls, receiving a special commemorative lacrosse ball for her milestone. Fans, please give a big round of applause for Brevard College freshman Emily Denega. Congratulations, Emily.
Our students make a difference in the world. They leave our program and they are prepared to be amazing, competent teachers who nurture and build a learning community in their own classrooms, wherever that is.
These turtles, they're more than, a few thousand years old. The species was actually a few million years old, so they're very old species.
I think one of the main things that I do bring to the kids is that I have a passion for what I do, and that carries over to my enthusiasm when I teach. By being excited about what I'm doing, I get the kids excited about learning.
History is everything. It's every discipline. It's music, it's art, it's economics, it's politics. And so students who study history end up with the ability to look critically at every discipline. This is a skill you can use in any field.
I chose Brevard mostly because of the experiential education, and their history program really sold me over. The variety of history classes that they offer. You have classes like History of Stuff, where you learn the commodification of history and how that's affected how we are today. That class really forces you to examine yourself and how you consume goods and how you're living in the world and how is that affecting the world around you.
I think one of my favorite things about psychology is that everything we're learning in class really applies to people's lives. Oftentimes, experiential learning in psychology is talking about what did you do at your athletic practice today, or how does this relate to your relationship with people in your dorm room. Even in my intro level classes, students who maybe are just taking it as a gen ed, they have the ability to take what they're learning in class and apply it to their daily lives.
When I first heard the term experiential learning, I was thinking, oh, people must just go outside and run around or something. But now that I've been at Brevard College, I've realized it's really about understanding how you can apply the things that you learn in class with what you're doing in real life, and thinking about when you study things, it's not just for an exam, it's something that you can use in your everyday thought process.
A graduate of the Wilderness Leadership and Experiential Education program is equipped with the core skills to be successful in any field.
Back here for the second half of action here at ISML Family Field. NATO's trailing at 16-1 as we head to the second half of action. 32 shots in the first half for the Lions, only 10 for the Tornadoes. And a face-off will be coming here for Brandon Coleman. And this one will be taken by Piedmont. It was on the ground for a minute, but that one's picked up by Vaughn. Vaughn, the freshman, whips this one over to McGuire. McGuire over to Jenks. Jenks now thinks about the pass now, cradles it a little longer, and will move out of the far side. He'll pass a long one over to Marini. And now over to Krokowski. He shoots and he scores. 17-1 lead for the Lions here as the second half gets going. And Atticus Cooper coming in for the Tornadoes. Coleman another face-off. And this one will roll towards the NATOs, but will be picked up by Piedmont, and that is number 19, Jacob Kipp. Kipp being checked, avoids it. Going inside now, whips it over to Jenks. Jenks looking around. Now Clip running off. And now over to McGuire. And Brock has it now. Brock going inside, making contact with Cooper. Cooper, nice check. Cooper, nice defense. Brock trying to get by. Instead, he will defer over to Jenks behind the goal. Jenks looking around. Now the pass over to Rogers. Rogers up top, trying to get by Davenport, and does. Now going inside, Rogers fires and blocked up in the air by McCarriger. Nice play. A second shot blocked up. It'll go out of play, and it will stay with the Lions. Jenks passes over to McGuire. Now going inside is Brock. Brock being checked, getting by, going over to Jenks. Jenks' long pass is almost stolen by Davenport, but he can't get it. And now going inside and passing over to Jenks. Jenks with a behind-the-back pass to no one. Trying to box out his Ellen. He can't get it. And it'll be offsides going towards Piedmont. And not the Brevard crowd, not a fan of that one in a 17-1 ball game. .12:33 remaining in the third, about 2.5 minutes in to the second half. As Brock tries to make a move on Cooper, trying to get space, cannot. And goes over to Goff, who whips it over to Rogers. Rogers trying to make a move, going inside, pass over to McGuire. He whips it between the legs of McCarriger, and that's going to make it an 18-1 deficit. Brady McGuire with another one for the Lions. 5 goals for McGuire. Another face-off coming here for the Tornadoes. This one is Ellen, and it'll be another face-off victory for Piedmont. Pass over, shot blocked by McCarriger. The shot was put up by Desmond Stallings, the junior out of Georgetown, Texas. And a nice save by McCarriger there. Looking around, Jenks. Jenks now passes over. The shot is deflected. Ball's up in the air, and Ellen looking for it. Ellen trying to scoop. Still on the ground, fighting for it now. Evan Johnson's got it. Johnson crosses midfield. He's got space. Getting checked from behind. Still getting checked. Getting away. Passing over. Scoggins can't get it, and it's going to go out of play. And Piedmont bringing this one up the field. Pass over to Cheatham, new goalie for the Lions. Third goalie they have employed in this one. The first two with equal success. Only 1 goal allowed between the two of them, and that was Frankie Howard back at the beginning of the second. And folks, if you missed it, at halftime there was a special presentation. Emily Denega breaking the single-season record for women's lacrosse draw control wins this year, 99 for her, which breaks the previous school record as Francois brings this one up the field. Previous school record of 61. Denega, freshman out of Beaufort, Georgia, top 25 in all of D3 in draw controls. Also had most goals on the team with 44 as Francois gets this one. Goes up top to Wallace. 44 goals, 10 assists, 54 total points, and 34 ground balls. Also caused a team-high turnovers of 13, so nice building block. Similar to a lot of the freshmen on this men's lacrosse team. And folks, apologies there. Some technical difficulties here on the stream. And as you saw, or maybe did not see, NATO's conceding another goal, making it 20-1 here about halfway through the third. And also, Evan Johnson has now broken the school single-season record for caused turnovers with 29, so both lacrosse programs with single-season, or no, not a single-season record for Denaga, a team high, causing 13 turnovers. And that is another goal knocked in for Piedmont. 21-1 deficit for the Tornadoes here. Not much going for them here in this one. But once again, Johnson is able to break that single season record for the Tornadoes with 29 caused turnovers. Maybe able to add a couple here as this game continues on. Here on Senior Day, 3 seniors being honored: Devin McCarriger, Nate Ellen, and Evan Francois. McCarriger, a goalkeeper from Sharpsburg, Georgia, getting a degree in criminal justice. Tough matchup here for him today on Senior Day against this potent offense. Evan Francois, a dual sport athlete on the football team as well. Francois, a criminal justice major, minoring in art, and says he's looking to get into a career in the Department of Homeland Security. Francois, 14 goals, 10 assists, 24 total points in his Tornado career, as this one knocked up in the air. Big hit. Peters going for it. Peters can't get it. It's still on the ground. And picked up by McCarriger, who we just mentioned. Passes this one over to Coleman. Coleman can't get it. And Peters is able to scoop it up. Midfield, NATO's offense taking over. We'll hold that thought on the seniors for just a moment as the NATO's play offense. Peters losing the ball. Peters getting pushed. Going for it now is McDonald. McDonald sliding down the left side. And now going to try and help the NATO's add another one. McDonald getting the crease, but is cut off by the stick of Vaughn. And Ellen with the ball behind the goal. Going over to McDonald. Nice pass. Firing. Stone can't hit it. This one will go out of play. Howard pushed. And it'll be going Piedmont's way. Frustration growing for the NATO fans here. But back to Francois. Francois, 38 career appearances for the Tornadoes, 12 starts. Also grabbed 75 ground ball. Says that his favorite BC memory that he's going to miss the most is just being able to be out on the field both in practice and in games with his teammates on both squads, the Brevard football team and obviously here the men's lacrosse team, as we've got 5:30 remaining in the third. And finally, Nate Ellen, the senior mid out of Wilmington. Nate graduating with a bachelor's degree in business and organizational leadership. Also minoring in history and looking to operate a boat lift at Bradley Creek and maybe some other opportunities in the future as this ball is taken away by Atticus Cooper. Nate, 31 career appearances for the Tornadoes, 14 starts, 11 goals, and 3 assists. 63 ground balls for him as Cooper passes this one over to Howard. Howard now to McDonald on the far right. Nate, 63 ground balls, 104 face-offs. And his favorite memories here at Brevard were his canoeing class, his experience in Pisgah National, and even cooking Easter lunch for the team last season. So those 3 seniors moving on here for the Tornadoes, Francois, McCarriger, and Ellen. And in their swan song here, final game as Tornadoes. NATO's trailing it to the Lions by a score of 21-1. 4:20 remaining in the third. 4 minutes to go here in the third. As Brock passes this one over. Right side, the pass deflected. Now going over to Parr. This one going out of play. Will Scoggins getting sent in. Looks like some sort of flag coming here against Frankie Howard. Under 3.5 to go here in the third. NATO's trailing big time here on senior day. As this one is fired and broken up. Saved by Devin McCarriger. He passes this one, but it'll be out of the reach of Jacob Hernandez. And it'll stay with the Lions. Now passing over. Marini over to Goff. The shot! Wow! Ian Parr adding insult to injury here. A great no-looker almost. Knocking that one in, and it is 22-1 Lions with under 3 minutes to go here in the third. Two goals for Parr now on the afternoon. The 5'10", 145 sophomore out of St. John's, Florida, Bartram Trail High School. And now Brandon Coleman go in for a face-off. As Coleman, a nice check, ball's on the ground, trying to go for it. It'll be recovered by Piedmont. That's Billy French. French going over to Kuchta. Now Dorian. Coach still yelling out instructions. Coach Tim Dutton instructing his players, still coaching hard with a big lead. Part of why this program has been so successful. And the shot on goal is offline there by Walker Brown. And this pass is going to go awry, but will be recovered by Jared Brock. Passed over to the left side now, Kuchta. Kuchta passes this one over, and looks like Coleman trying to fight for it, but Piedmont still with the ball, almost stolen by Gravely, but it is recovered by Kuchta. Kuchta high stepping, going inside, firing, and it'll be out of the reach of Robert Dorian. And now this pass down the field taken in by Peters. Peters gets shoved, ball goes up in the air, ball's on the ground, and it's taken by Tristan Wallace. Wallace right side now. Looking around. And now pass over to Scoggins. McDonald, now Cooper. McDonald far side of the ball, 1:02 and counting to go here in the third. This pass over to Wallace. Wallace shoots, it's spiked. It'll go out of play, but it'll stay with the Tornadoes. Scoggins in the area. This pass going over to Cooper. Cooper losing the ball. It's picked up by Piedmont. It's going the other way. Streaking down the field. Now that one lost by Piedmont. Parr near it, and it will be going Brevard away with 35 seconds to go in the third. This pass is going to go out of the reach of Bryce Peterson, and frustration kicking in for the Tornadoes, down 22-1. 20 seconds and counting to go here in the third. As Ellerby, 10 seconds remaining in the third. Ellerby passes this one over now. Parr with it. Parr passes deflected, 3-2. And with 2 seconds even, ball will have to be brought up. It is, and that will be the quarter. NATOs give up a few more and find themselves down 22-1 as we head to the fourth. We'll be right back here from Ives Lamel.
What can students do after they graduate? Anything they want. And what I mean by that is an outdoor professional runs businesses, they balance budgets, they hire staff, they create programs, they run events, they manage risk, they create emergency action plans, they do a whole host of skills that are applicable in any field. What we train our students to do that's foremost is how to think critically, how to solve problems that have real-life consequences in a high-intensity environment. And those core skills are transferable. So employers are looking for people who can make ethical decisions, who can communicate well, who can think critically and solve problems.
Back here for the fourth at Ives Lamel. NATOs finishing out the season here. Down 22-1 here to the Lions. As we're in the home stretch. Both the game and the season here. Final game for the Tornadoes, obviously. Not going to be in postseason play. As this one goes over and bounces in front of Parr. Parr now going over to Dorian. This pass going over to the left side to Krakowski. And folks, tomorrow was, as another goal goes in for Piedmont, 23-1 now. Tomorrow was supposed to be a doubleheader for the NATOs in Salem, Virginia at Roanoke. That has since been canceled. So the NATOs regular season slate is finished, and depending on what happens in a few other games, including a Maryville and Piedmont doubleheader, we will see what the NATOs' postseason fate in baseball becomes. NATOs finished the season at 21-15 overall, 8-9 in the conference, finishing on a 5-game winning streak, 13-7 at home at Gilcone Field, 8-8 on the road. A team batting average of .294, and the NATOs will wait and see if the postseason is in the cards for them, as another face-off here is taken on the ground once again by Piedmont. That one rolled around for a minute. And this pass over the head of McCarriger. The shot this time saved by McCarriger. Pass over to Francois. Francois getting by now. In the clear, middle of the field. At around the 30, streaking inside. Passing, shooting, no, rather. Can't hit. That one saved by Nathan Bazemore. Another goalkeeper for the Lions as the Natos get this one back. Wallace running inside. Wallace, nice move. Wallace going inside, shooting and scoring. Tristan Wallace gives the Natos their second goal of the afternoon with some speed there and a nice little finesse move. And about a minute 40 in, Natos pick up their second goal. So another face-off coming here for Coleman. And Perez gets this one. Now Coleman loses the ball. Piedmont with it. And our final athletic event of the school year here for our production team, our Brevard College sports media team. Take a few moments to shout out a few people. Phil DeMont-Mullen, our SID, Joseph Marvin, in charge of stats, Abby Party, a big part in these productions, of course, and plenty of other people helping put these together here as we have our last one. And this one fired into the goal and in by J.D. Kuchta, making it 24-2. But once again, just want to extend a big thank you and a big shout-out to everybody that helps make these possible. Tornado talk, all the games and everything you don't see behind the scenes by these people. A lot of work goes into these things, and proud to be able to bring you Tornado athletic action here. As the Natos trailing at 24-2 now after that one. 12:34 to go.
Can I get that?
Piedmont bringing it up behind the goal. That one's taken in by Walker Brown. Brown over to Kuchta. Now Brock. Over to Brown once again. Brown checked by Peters. Brown trying to bull rush in. Losing the ball. Whistle blows. It'll stay with Piedmont. No, it won't. McCarriger will pass this one. And Perez with it. Perez over to Scoggins. Now Wallace. Wallace losing the ball and now going over to McDonald. Ellen with it, trying to get some space, now goes over to Francois. Francois trying to make some moves with his feet, going inside, shooting, and can't get it, but it'll stay with the Natos. And folks, this past week, the Bespies Awards happened for the Tornadoes. Some awards won by all programs. A USA South Team of the Week award for a few of these players. Devin McCarriger took one home. Jacob Gravely. And as McDonald goes inside and tries to get that one and squeeze it in there, he cannot, but he gets it right back off the deflection. In traffic now, sticks on the ground, ball now in the air, now back on the ground, taken in by Wallace. Wallace losing it, it's taken by Piedmont, and they're off. Now, Gravely coming into the hard push. And now going inside, Piedmont energized. The shot deflected and saved. Now fighting for the ball. Hernandez, McCarriger going for it. He's totally out of his post now. He's got it. He passes over to Johnson. Johnson trying to cut back, still with the ball, has room. Johnson, pass over the head of Peterson, and it'll be going Piedmont's way. Pass over, hit, knocked to the ground. Ball's on the ground. Gravely going for it. Ball still on the ground. They're fighting. Can't see who's coming away with it. A hit there. And the ball's still on the ground. Physicality kicking in and some level of frustration for the Tornadoes as another one is knocked in. And that is Ellerby, Naz Ellerby, putting one in, and 25-2 deficit now for the NATOs. And Jack Hicks is going to come in and play goalie. McCarriger are going to come out. New goalie, once again, Jack Hicks. And we've got some penalties, some substitutions, a lot going on right here. No face-off coming here. Looks like it'll just be Brevard possession. Tristan Wallace having it up top. Wallace over to Francois. Now Scoggins. To Peterson. Now Ellen. Over to McDonald. Francois. Scoggins. Back to Francois. Francois trying to get something happening. Wallace fires a shot. It's blocked away. It'll stay with the NATOs with 9:07 to go. .903 and counting to go as this pass is whipped over to Francois. Francois going over to Scoggins. Scoggins right back to Evan. Caught Ellen. Ellen passing over McDonald. McDonald inside the shot. No good there. Bryce Peterson was trying to get one there. But the NATOs will retain possession again as Scoggins to McDonald. McDonald a weave. Nice little finesse move, but he'll go back over to Wallace. McDonald again firing a shot. This one saved and passed up the field now. Bringing it in is Jonathan Bowen, senior out of Bluffton, South Carolina, May River High School. This pass going over to Brown. And this shot is in there, and Hicks is greeted with another goal there. That's Walker Brown. It's 26-2. .26-2 Piedmont lead, and another face-off coming here at midfield. And this one knocked up in the air. Some heckling coming here. Some exception being taken. Some exception being taken by Tornado fans here to the Piedmont sideline and coach. Some frustration setting in for Tornadoes. as Gravely gets this one, and some applause greeted for him. McDonald over to Wallace. Now Stone. Stone. Over to Scoggins. And now this one gonna fall out of play. And it'll be going the other way. Perez defending here. Dylan Prevy passes this one over to Robert Dorian. Six and a half and counting to go here. 26-2 Lions, 53 shots for Piedmont in this one. Still yet to see them take their foot off the gas pedal. As Brock gets this one and goes over to the left side to Chase Krakowski. And now Krakowski passes this one, and this ball is still in the stick of Brock, and he goes back over to Krakowski. Now Brock again, passing out of the reach and brought in by Robert Dorian. This one, another goal for the Lions, and it is 27-2 Piedmont now. Another face-off coming here, Scott Bundy. And face-off taken by Piedmont. Number 19, Jacob Kipp, and the shot now, a nice save by Jack Hicks. It'll stay with Piedmont. 8 seconds into the possession. This one going over to Kuchta. Now Krakowski. Or Krokowski, rather, sorry. Parker Young passing this one over now. Dorian. Kuchta. And now pass over to the left side. The goal fired and misfired there by J.D. Kuchta. Does have a goal in the afternoon. This pass goes over to Dorian. Up top, out of the reach, and knocked back towards Piedmont. Ellen not able to recognize that one in time. An offsides call finally coming against Piedmont. Under 5 minutes to go, 27-2. The deficit for the NATOs here on Senior Day. NATOs with the ball. Francois going inside and shooting and just misses off to the left. Could have capped off his career with a nice one. Still some time. Under 4.5 to play though. McDonald looking around and getting hit. Another big hit. Cooper gets knocked down. He gets up. Flag up in the air after that one. McDonald inside Francois. Francois trying again. Francois trying to get that last career goal here. And it looks like it'll be a push on, not sure actually. Looks like Zach Schramm. Cross-check penalty against him. 5'10", 175, junior defender out of Acworth, Georgia. North Paulding High School. 5 shots for Francois. Once again, trying to finish off his career with a bang. As Scoggins passes this one over. McDonald, now Ellen. Ellen passes over. Wallace, nice pass. Francois got it. Evan Francois on senior day puts one in the net to cap off senior day for him. Evan Francois, dual sport athlete for the football team and the lacrosse team. He sends one into the net, a big moment for Franny. And despite the deficit, a huge moment for Francois on his senior day, his final athletic event as a Tornado. And if you're involved in Tornado athletics at all, if you know Evan Francois at all, that's got to give you some sort of goosebumps. Under 4 minutes to play after the Francois goal. Evan on the sideline. And a nice moment here for the Tornadoes in a less than ideal performance. Some silver linings here across the board. As we are near the conclusion of our final athletic event of the school year here, folks. Lacrosse, last men standing in Tornado athletics. Finals week coming up, and now final athletic event of the year for us. Be back in the fall for football, soccer, cross country, cycling, and that one, or mountain biking rather, and that one is sent into the goal. It'll be 28-3, and volleyball as well once we get back in the fall. And 28-3 here, and if you're an Atlanta Falcons fan, look away. Wow. 28-3 deficit for the Tornadoes. And if there was a little more time, we could hold some hope, knowing that teams have come back from this deficit before. As a scrum at midfield, and Francois got it again. Nice move, Evan. Francois over to McDonald. McDonald over to Wallace. Two and a half minutes to go here. Wallace with the ball. Going inside, trying to get a shot off, can't. Flag flies up in the air, ball flies up in the air, and a whistle blows. It looks like it'll be a holding call against Piedmont, maybe against Chase Goff. Looked like he may have held a 4-up. And no, instead it'll be against Desmond Stallings. 2:19 to go. And this one is sent in. Another goal for the Tornadoes here. That's Tristan Wallace with the goal. And Wallace breaking out the celebration here on the sideline. Tornadoes getting another one back. And with 2:05 to go here, all that's left is for this one to play out. Nado's trailing 28-4. And this one fired towards Hicks offline. And the 28-3 jokes did not last long enough here, as Wallace able to knock one in. And this one spiked again. Heading out of play on the shot attempt will stay with the Lions. Parker Young chasing after that one. They'll bring it up, and this pass will go out of his reach, and whistle blows. It'll be going the NATO's way with 1:37 to go. McDonald passing over. Scoggins passes. It's over the head. Wallace going for it. Wallace trying to scoop it up. Cannot. Ball still on the ground fighting for it, and it is still on the ground, and it will be taken. Nobody wants this ball. Still on the ground, and now Piedmont taking it the other way. That's number 43, Drew Bennett. Bennett passes. That one's knocked up in the air and picked up by Atticus Cooper. Cooper getting pressured. Looking around for a pass, getting hit, getting knocked out of bounds. And it'll go Piedmont's way with a minute even to go. One more minute for the season for both Brevard College men's lacrosse and Brevard College athletics across the board. Less than 45 seconds to go here. And some chirping going on here. And 30 seconds remaining in this one. 24, and we'll see how conservative the Lions are here. Looks like pretty, as this one's being tossed around. 15 seconds to go. And this one spiked on the ground. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and that is it for the season for Brevard College men's lacrosse. They dropped their final one here on Senior Day by a score of 28-4 against the powerhouse Piedmont University Lions. The NATO's a few nice moments. Evan Francois right there at the end of the home stretch, able to knock one in on his Senior Day, and that is going to do it for the Brevard College athletics season as a whole. NATO's falling 28-4 here. Lacrosse season comes to an end. Women's lacrosse has come to an end. Baseball still awaiting to see their fate, but will not have another home game, presumably. And just want to extend one more final thank you to all of my partners, everyone that helps make this possible. Phil DeMont-Mullen, Joseph Marvin, Kayla Robles, Abby Party, Stephanie Johnson, so many more helping contribute, Miranda Nash, so many names that I could go on and on that help make these productions possible and help us bring you Brevard College athletics. With that being said, that is going to be it for the 2021-2022 year of athletics for Brevard College here. Senior Day for the NATO's falling here to Piedmont. Everyone that's tuned in to any of these games, any other games, we appreciate you. And with that being said, go NATO's. Signing off, this is Brady Penn.